What is going on, guys? So my previous video, we have successfully removed the wheel bearings from both my front and rear wheels using the Motion Pro blind bearing remover. And today it's very exciting because I just got this bearing press kit. It's a universal bike bearing installer made by a company called Boca Bearings. And this one will actually help me install all the brand new bearings onto the wheel hub. And the wheel hub will be perfect and it will be ready to ride. Okay, so this is the part 2 of the video and let's get started. So we're just going to take a look at what the bearing installer looks like and opening up the package. And this is actually quite affordable, but again, it all depends on your perception of the value. This whole kit, it looks very homemade. However, it costs almost, I think $42 shipped to me. It's pretty much just a rod with a nut and a whole bunch of 3D printed plastic pressing kit for different size of bearings. And I mean, obviously, I know it's gonna work. It's just whether you think this is a good value. It's entirely up to you. Okay, so this whole kit, $42 from Boca Bearings, and it's free shipping. Now, if you look online, there are a lot more expensive bearing press kits for sale on both Amazon and also provided for sale from Park Tools. The Park Tool bearing press kit is extremely expensive. It's over $300. I don't want to spend $300 to just press, 4 bearings. And I think this one actually would work great. So for me to service my own bearing, I mentioned earlier that you definitely need a very quality bearing removal tool, which I got from the Motion Pro. It's $170, but again, I'm telling you, if your wheel set is worth more than that, it's definitely worth the price to pay for a good quality bearing service tool. And if you have multiple bikes, if you have more wheel sets, this tool will definitely, get its value back in the long run. Pressing kit, again, for now, I just need to press, 4 bearings, and that's pretty much it. This tool costs $40. Whether it's worth it, again, it's really up to your own judgment. But this is the cheapest tool that I can find that's actually very bicycle specific. So let's get started. So we're gonna just press the front bearing first because on the 2 sides, the bearing sides are exactly the same. So this bearing kit, it's got a nut and a washer on one side and a whole bunch of different size bearings as marked. So it's only got a 123 millimeter bearing press, which of course is gonna go in here for the 24 millimeter bearings. But on the other side, I'm missing the 23 as well. So I can only press one side at a time, I guess. So I'm gonna be using the 23 millimeter on one side and a 27 millimeter on the other side, so I can just rest my pressing kit over there. So we're gonna press one bearing at a time. Okay, guys. So I got a size 6 millimeter hex wrench into one of the hole or the bolt over here that I'm gonna actually turn clockwise to tighten the bearings, and the bearing is press fitted over there. I made sure it's kind of nice and even. And the next step on the other side is where you're gonna hold the wrench over here, and I also use the spacer that's just a little bit larger than the hole to kind of hold it in place over here on the other end. There's no bearings here yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and just start tightening it. Fingers crossed, hopefully it's nice and even. And again, you really want to align it nice and straight before you start pushing in. And it looks like so far it's doing a very good job. It's very even, so I'll show you guys. It's already almost in there. And then remove that nut. Yep, fairly even. So it should go in perfectly fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish tightening this side, and one side of the bearing installation is complete. Wow. I'm impressed by the efficiency. And I guess you know when to stop, when you just hit that bottom end and you know you cannot press it anytime further. And that is complete. Okay, perfect. The only downside is removing the other end after the first bearing is finished installing. But I have no complaint because it actually pressed the bearing in perfectly and very quickly. Beautiful. Very easy to press the bearings in, okay? Now we just need to install the other side, exact same procedure. And all I'm gonna do is switch around the bearings a little bit. And again, I am gonna just lubricate by using a little bit of the grease on the outer rim of the bearing. Just a little bit. Which definitely helps in, smoothly push the bearing inside the wall. Now we're just gonna align everything, find my bolts and washer, and we're gonna start tightening it. And obviously, as you can see, the bearing installation part is way easier than the bearing removal. And that's why I said those bearing removal tool extremely important. The bearing press kit, you can go cheaper, and as long as it's nicely aligned, you should be able to just successfully push your bearing in there nice and steady. So again, on the other side, already ready to go, and I'm just gonna do it really quickly now since I already know how to do it. And just again, make sure everything's nicely aligned. And it's gonna go in smooth like butter. Very nice, very nice. And wow, it's done. And now I know how to replace the bearings on wheel sets. It will be much easier for me to service my own bearings in the long run, okay? So on this side of this Mavic wheel set, it's using the 609, which is 9mm internal diameter bearing. And over here it's a SAM 6901 bearing size. I'm gonna press the 6901 first. Like so. Very easy. Very easy. Now we install the other side, which is the last bearing that we're going to install and get things ready. So, this is a 609. We're going to align it. This one might be a little tricky because remember I had a lot of trouble removing this one, so it's pretty tight. And I already put grease on the internal wall of the hub. Hopefully it aligns nice and steady, hopefully. Okay, found the correct washer, and I'm gonna just push it in really quick. And I definitely want this one going nice and straight. You don't want to mess this one up, okay? There we go. Looks nice and straight. I'm gonna start pushing. Goes in like butter, oh my God. And it's installed. At this point, every bearing is installed on the bike. No trouble at all. Super easy. So I put everything back onto my bike, and at this point, there's no weird noises on the bearing, and the rear wheel spins perfect. I mean, there's still a little bit of drag only because the installation of the grease and the hub or free hub on there is pretty new. But as long as you started riding it for a little bit and let the grease settle in and let things, get smoothed out. So if you guys found this video helpful, please do hit that like button and or subscribe to my channel, and I should have more similar bicycle maintenance videos coming out for you guys. Okay, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.